Hello everyone, The Nerdy Steve here, and today I will be featuring a black-red alchemy deck that is, I like to call Anvil Blood. It really focuses on, and is kind of based around the combo between Oni-Cult Anvil and Sanguine Brushstroke. And the basic idea is, if you have a Sanguine Brushstroke out, you have a blood token that you can sacrifice, and you have a blood artist now. Blood Artist is, whenever a creature dies, you drain your opponent for 1 life. Well, with the Sanguine Brushstroke out and the Oni-Cult, you sacrifice the blood to create a construct. Then the construct can then either be sacrificed every other of your turns in the future, or can be a really good chump blocker, because when a construct dies with a Blood Artist out, you're now draining your opponent for 2. And if you ever have multiple Oni-Cult Anvils out, you're creating more tokens than you're chump blocking with, and you're draining your opponent for more life each turn, and that's kind of where a lot of the power of the deck comes from. We also have Meathook Massacre, which can be applied to that combo in different ways, where that you can cast it to clear the board if you need to, but a lot of times I'll cast Meathook Massacre for 0 to just add that increased life drain to the clock every time you sacrifice a creature, right? We also then have Bloodtithe Harvester, which with Oni-Cult and Sanguine Brushstroke not only gives you an artifact to get that combo going, but Bloodtithe Harvester is a really effective way to remove opposing creatures that can be very problematic for you. Then we have Deadly Dispute, Painful Bond, and Experimental Frenzy as ways to give us card advantage. Experimental Synthesizer and Deadly Dispute also notably give you artifacts that can then interact with the Oni-Cult, right? And also artifacts that interact, or that give you Voltage Surge, which needs these artifacts to be sacrificed to kill opposing big creatures. Again, you don't necessarily have a lot of interactions, specifically game 1, so having stuff that synergizes with Voltage Surge is going to be very good. Voldaren Epicure is very similar to Bloodtithe Harvester. It gives us 2 things that can help fulfill our combos. The blood can be used with Bloodtithe Harvester, or the Oni-Cult, and the creature and the blood can be sacrificed to Deadly Dispute. And just like with Shambling Ghast, when Shambling Ghast dies, you can either create a treasure, which is important for all these other things we've been talking about, right? Or you can maybe finish off another creature opponent controls, right? So we have all these things that are going together, and it really helps make a very tight-knit, very efficient, and very combo-y, bunch of cogwheels going together. And the deck just can win out of nowhere. What I added today, and what is different from the deck I was playing yesterday. Yesterday I 7'd Ode an Alchemy Metagame challenge with a list that is basically exactly like this. But I've added a Xander's Wake, and I took out 1 Ob Nixilis and 1 Painful Bond. And I just want to see how it goes. I think it will be really good, because we have a lot of creatures that are dying every turn. Again, with the Oni-Cult, right? So I think we're going to be able to really get Xander's Wake to get going and give us tons of card advantage over every turn, because we can kind of ensure that a creature basically dies every single turn. And if Xander's Wake is giving us creatures that will die, then that's really good for us. I found Ob Nixilis yesterday to not be as fantastic as I wanted to. He was a little slow, and it just wasn't very impressive. And Painful Bond, since the change to its text, is losing you a lot of life. And I think Xander's Wake kind of can fulfill a lot of the roles that those 2 cards give us. Now, it is a little slower, so we're going to have to plan around that a little bit, but it should be fine. And we'll see how it goes. And then the sideboard, again, is we have a lot more removal if we need it with Bloodchief's Thirst, more Massacres, more Surge, and a Braid. You know, sometimes you just need instant speed interaction against maybe runes or more removal against mono green. We have Graveyard Trespasser, which is really good against decks that use the graveyard. And a 3/3 threat is just sometimes very, very lethal on its own. And then we have Duress and Go Blank as hand removal and interaction for the more control-y builds that, you know, we might have trouble setting our combo up going, right? And with that, let's go play some Magic. Alright, we have to mulligan this hand because we don't have any of the correct mana. We have to mulligan this hand. And we get to keep this hand. I think we want to get rid of the Brushstroke. It's really, really good, but 3 mana. I want to play around with the Xander's Wake. I want to do a turn 1 creature into a turn 2. Let's get rid of the Ghast. So now, okay, we have this and that. The Xander's Wake is going to help us get back into this game, because it's going to give us things to do. I hope the cards are good enough. Alright. So, black here. Xander's Wake. Alright. Restless Bloodseeker. I kind of want to just Deadly Dispute the Epicure now. Ooh, let's get a Morbid Opportunist. That might give us enough. Oni-Cult? Okay. So, kind of a mirror match in certain ways. My turn, okay. Oh, we really like the Sanguine Brushstroke here, I think. Yeah, so let's get it going. So we have the Blood and the Blood Artist. And if it dies, we get to activate a Xander's Wake, but I think we're fine. Right? Ghast. Okay. I'm assuming they're gonna have a way to sacrifice. Oh, they don't yet. Okay. But now they can sacrifice a artifact to start getting a lot more. Alright, thank God. We're drawing very, very well, I think. And then we'll Morbid Opportunist. And during our turn, I think we just want to get rid of this. Now. Because Morbid Opportunist will draw us a card. We'll drain with Blood Artist, and we create a creature with the Oni, which we can then sacrifice during our opponent's turn, which will trigger the Wake and the Opportunist again. And it's like we never mulliganed, honestly. So, good stuff here. Sanguine Statuette. has haste. Interesting. So we're just gonna block here and sack. If that's what our opponent does. Ooh. Do we have a big enough party? We have a rogue. I kind of want to drain life, and I don't want to mill them necessarily. Yeah, we're in a wonderful spot, everyone. Yeah, GG. So against this type of black-red deck, I think I just really want more Meathooks and a Braid. We can get rid of that, the Bond. I didn't really see anything that was too scary for me, and God, do I want this? Maybe we do. We can get rid of an Epicure. And a Voltage Surge. I didn't see anything that scared me too much. Okay. Now, interesting. Epicure. Relatable. Swamp. Shambling Ghast. Oh, Meathook. I guess we can save that. Let's Oni-Cult. And then say go. Shambling Ghast. Yep. Again, we're in a fine spot. Like, we're not under a lot of pressure. We have lands where we're gonna have Oni-Cult, Sanguine Brushstroke, and Meathook out. And like I said, once that gets going, we're in a really, really, like, we can just start winning, right? Because the incremental card advantage, or drain advantage, rather, is just going to overwhelm our opponent, no matter what we draw. Now, we still need to draw good stuff, right? But if our Blood Artist dies, I mean, it will die. We do get to get it back with the Agadeem's Awakening, assuming it doesn't get exiled from our graveyard. And we just drain our opponent for a lot here. Like, look. Our opponent's at 18 before this turn. And now they're at 10, right? This deck can do very ridiculous things very, very quickly. And we're at 25. Now that is a little unfortunate. But let's do this. And now we're ahead of the game. Our opponent is stuck on 2 mana, though, which is unfortunate for them. Good for us. GG. I think I want a mulligan. Alright, this hand is good. We can get rid of the Ghast, because we want the 2-for-1 from the Experimental. Rafine's Tower. Harvester. They might just get the Triumphant Adventurer going. Because we have to let them venture into the dungeon. No blocks. And they have the Skyclave. Okay. That's gonna be unfortunate for us. Specifically with the lands we're drawing, we need to get something good going. But we also don't have removal for this right now. And we have a lot in our deck, too. Goblin Lair, no blocks. Alright, let's... Deadly Dispute of Blood. Wow. Well, we can't do anything here, which is unfortunate, so they're gonna complete the dungeon. Oh no. What a disaster. This is not how we want things to go. We would love to draw a Meathook Massacre. That would help us, but... Wow. And a blue. Thank you. We do it for 3. Don't have a counter spell. Beautiful. Alright, we're in this, everyone. Okay. Don't discard my Brushstroke, please. I would love my Blood Artist. Skyclave on what? Meathook? Okay. I actually think let's do this to see what we get. Voltage Surge, okay. We'll kill it. And go. They could have their own Meathook, but we're probably fine. Yeah, figured as much. I think we still activate that. You get an Oni. There is a possibility we should just attack with the creature land there. I'm doing this again instead of activating a creature land because I think it's important to loot and activate an anvil. We can Takenuma a Blood Artist back. Wandering Emperor, okay. Good thing we did not meme attack, right?
Let your blade do the talking. I have got new moves to teach you.
No blocks. We don't block because this is a bad trade. We need an artifact during our turn to sacrifice the Oni-Cult. Oh, first of all, let's do this. Beautiful. Blocks there, they go to 5, then 3, and then gain 1. That's still fine. I'm fine with that. Because I think next turn, if they don't exile it, we're okay. We're still fine, right? Opponent is thinking if... they could... Oh, that may have been a mistake on my end. They could do that and deal 2. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked.
I am almost
I guess it does make them use the Wandering Emperor, which we're fine with, but that is a good... I probably should have been a little cognizant of that. Hmm. Okay.
I guess that's something. Keep watch for intruders.
Our opponent cannot Meathook Massacre. I mean, I guess they could do it for one, maybe, but I think we kill them. No, maybe we don't. I think we kill them no matter what. Because of active player, non-active player order, we would make them lose life before they gain life from Meathook Massacre. Or our Blood Artist would make them go to 2, and then we could sacrifice the Oni-Cults in response. So they would die before they ever gain life. Theoretically. Now, against this Esper control thing, I'm not sure what to do. They had, like, the adventure stuff going on. I think we can get rid of this. And maybe we can get rid of a Go Blank, but I'm not even sure. Maybe, Duress probably is fine. And we can get rid of an Epicure. Very, very interesting. Now we just wait. Maybe our opponent didn't like it. Alright, here we go. Hope you enjoyed that wait time, everyone. Alright, beautiful. We have a turn 1 play, a turn 2 play. We get to either Meathook there, and Shambling Ghast is really good against Triumphant Explorer or whatever, Triumphant Adventurer. And as always, not mulliganing. Better than mulliganing. Undercity. Let's get rid of that, and they can get a random card from our deck. That's my general idea, right? Because a random... Our deck is very, very specific in a lot of its synergies. So I think our opponent getting something, we could probably just do it better and it's fine. And if it's like a Shambling Ghast or a Voldaren Epicure, do we care? Or even a Harvester, like, that's so fine. I'm gonna do this. They will most likely kill this on their turn. But if they do, I'm fine with it. Interesting. No blocks. What is that attack? Do they have the Wandering Emperor? Because I'm gonna Hive, then Oni. Counter target non-creature spell. Okay. Cool. Apparition probably on the Blood Artist. Or the that makes a lot of sense because what, they can kill the artist now? No, are they gonna wait? All right. Let's see what we get with Painful Bond. Everything in our hand. And in our deck. Loses life, by the way. Alright, let's attack here. And then we can leave our opponent with one card in hand and go blank them. And if they do this, we can have the Shambling Ghast give it -1/-1 to clear their board. And this makes our go blank better. I'm assuming they're gonna keep a Meathook Massacre that's in their hand. I'd assume that's what they have. But we could be wrong. Oh, Connoisseur? Ooh, that's really good. Xander's weak. Let's go. Let's see how good Xander's Wake is. That seems really good. Oh, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Oh, yeah, let's do this. Because now during our turn, we will draw 2. And our opponent's almost down to no cards in hand, right? Oh, Knife. Do you know what? I think this is bad. Because now if we get a creature with... Our opponent's gonna double block. We're gonna kill the Connoisseur. But now, with Xander's Wake, we're not gonna be able to cast the creature. And we're gonna lose out from Asylum Visitor. I should have thought that through a little bit and only attacked with these. I got a little too cute there. Yeah, the Diviner of Fates is gonna do a lot of work as well with the blood tokens. Oh, and now our opponent's gonna be gaining a lot of life? Fudge. But it's only, we don't necessarily really care about that because we will be, I think we're getting such a large advantage over a couple turns. We don't necessarily care about that. Now our opponent gets to use this, but it only triggers once a turn. We don't want them to get another sorcery. Okay. We get a land. Oh, that's triggering twice a turn now? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, everyone. Their Diviner is gonna start to do work with everything. I think we can still overcome it, though. We just need to get removal for it, right? We have to create a treasure. Alright. Triumphant Adventurer. We need our voltage surges for the Diviner. Good thing we have the Asylum. Oh, there we go. They're probably gonna activate the Cycling over Fiend's Tower, maybe? They're gonna return it. Okay. We're doing this because we want to trigger everything that we possibly can. Draw. Ooh. Diviner. Our opponent has to end up not having any more lands to... Because discarding a land only gets them lands, right? So I think we're fine. But this is what a cool game this one is. Oh, Meathook Massacre for 2. Okay. Ouch. That's not pretty. Or good for us. Nope, sadly. Huh. They're attacking while we block, right? Do you have a creature with ninjutsu? Like, this is so... Oh, our opponent gets to connive here. But this is kind of what we wanted, right? We get to trigger Xander's Wake and draw from Morbid Opportunist, right? That seems fantastic for us. Would love to not draw lands anymore, but you know how it is. At least I still think like we have the time. So I'm a little worried, but not too worried. You know, what are they getting? The Opportunist? Okay. Get to mill our opponent for 2. Get to block and trade if they have another way to kill it. But now we get to our Xander's Wake triggers again. Which, you know... Oh, I didn't even see what our options were. Our opponent's gonna start drawing cards, though. Interesting. Again, I think we're kind of okay on the lands, actually. Are you gonna counter it? Cycling is fine. I want to do this because it triggers that, maybe? Alright. Synthesizer is kind of exactly the card we wanted to draw. Three. We have to trigger Xander's Wake. Wow. And our opponent's now drawing cards, which we do not love, but... Another Xander's Wake. Let's Deadly Dispute away that and trigger our Xander's Wake. Whenever another rogue? Okay. So we can, like, try and mill our opponent out, right? All we need is another Thieves Guild Enforcer? Duress, take my Deadly Dispute. If they attack, we block here. We activate our Xander's Wake. Rogue. Rogue. 18. Vengeance. Knight, okay. We get to mill them for a lot here. Cleric, Warrior, and Wizard, that is a Warrior. Morbid Opportunist. Yep. All those lands. And if we attack here... They're not blocking because they don't want to give us another trigger with Xander's Wake. Alright, wait. Cancel. We're gonna add black mana here. Activate Oni there. To try, we get 2 tries at getting another rogue. And then we mill our opponent. Everyone. GG. Number 25. Thank you for watching me play some black-red sacrifice in Alchemy. I had an absolute blast. I love this deck so much. It's one of my favorite decks I've ever played. And what I learned was Xander's Wake was really, really good. And really, really fun. I thought it was good. But, like, you know, I didn't necessarily want to put it in the deck because the deck didn't need it. But I actually think Xander's Wake is probably better than Ob Nixilis, so I could maybe see doing that. Or maybe adding it over another Painful Bond or something. I don't know how good it is, because you do need to trigger it at least once. But once you get going in this deck, it's phenomenal. And I never thought I would literally deck someone with Thieves Guild Enforcer, but that's why I love Alchemy, right? So, if you liked what you saw, one of the best ways to support me is hit that subscribe button, and you can like and comment on the video. You could also watch me stream at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve. I stream very often, and I'd love to be able to chat with you live. But other than that, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon wherever you are, and thanks for watching. Bye!